The Pot of Light, the legend of Turuchi. In the heart of Umuagu village, nestled among rolling hills and lush forests, lived a young boy named Turuchi. His skin was the rich brown of fertile earth, and his spirit was as vibrant as the sunrise that kissed the sky each morning. Turuchi was the son of a humble farmer, and every day he worked the fields, helping his father cultivate yams and maize. Though life was simple, it was good, until one fateful day that would change Turuchi's life forever. It was during the harvest season, just before dusk, when Turuchi discovered something remarkable. While tending to a patch of the family's farm that had been untouched for years, his hoe struck something hard beneath the soil. He knelt down and began to dig, his hands moving quickly through the earth until they uncovered a pot, unlike anything he had ever seen. The pot shimmered with an ethereal glow, as though it was made of light itself. Intrigued and filled with curiosity, Turuchi peered inside. At that very moment, a burst of blinding light engulfed him. The light was warm and soothing, and as it wrapped around him, something miraculous happened. Knowledge poured into him like water from the heavens. He suddenly understood the secrets of the earth, the skies, and the hearts of men. He knew how to heal the sick, foresee the future, and tap into powers that lay hidden in the world around him. His mind expanded, and he could see beyond the present, into realms unknown to ordinary men. Word quickly spread in the village that Turuchi had been blessed with divine gifts. People came from far and wide to seek his wisdom and healing. He healed the blind, mended broken bones with a touch, and foretold events that would later come to pass. The people of Umuagu began to revere him, calling him the Boy of Light. He used his newfound powers to help those in need, never asking for anything in return. His heart remained humble, despite the vast knowledge and power he now possessed. But not everyone in the village was happy with Turuchi's newfound abilities. In the shadows of Umuagu lived a powerful sorceress named Adana. She was feared by all, for she was known to wield dark magic. Her heart had been twisted by years of jealousy, bitterness, and a lust for power. When she heard of the Pot of Light and the power it had bestowed upon Turuchi, she became consumed with envy. She desired the pot for herself, believing it would make her the most powerful sorceress in all of Africa. One cold, moonless night, Adana sent her dark minions to capture Turuchi while he was asleep. They bound him with enchanted chains that suppressed his powers and dragged him to Adana's lair deep within the forest. When Turuchi awoke, he found himself trapped in a cage woven from the roots of ancient trees, with Adana standing before him. "You think you are special because the light chose you," she hissed, her eyes glowing with malice. "That power should have been mine. Now, you will tell me where the Pot of Light is, or you will suffer like no one ever has." But Turuchi, even though he was young, was wise beyond his years. He knew that the Pot of Light was not something that could be taken by force. It had chosen him, and its power was not meant to be wielded for selfish gain. He refused to reveal its location. Enraged, Adana used her dark magic to torment Turuchi. She conjured illusions of terrible beasts, sent waves of pain through his body, and left him cold and hungry for days. Yet, no matter what she did, Turuchi held firm. The light inside him, though subdued by the enchanted chains, gave him strength. He knew that he could not give in to her demands, for if she got hold of the pot, her evil would spread far beyond the village, bringing darkness to the land. One night, as Turuchi lay in his cage, weak but still resolute, something miraculous happened. The Pot of Light, sensing his distress, began to stir from its hidden place in the farm. It rose from the earth, glowing brighter than ever before, and floated through the air, guided by some unseen force. It found its way to Adana's lair, where it hovered before Turuchi, illuminating the dark chamber with a brilliant, warm light. Adana, drawn by the glow, rushed into the room. Her eyes widened with greed as she reached out to grab the pot. "Finally, the power will be mine!" she cackled. But as soon as her fingers touched the pot, a searing pain shot through her. The pot of light, knowing the evil in her heart, rejected her. Its radiant light intensified, burning her hands and filling the air with a pure, cleansing fire. Adana screamed as the light consumed her, its flames purging her of her wickedness. The darkness she had harbored for so long turned to ash, and she collapsed to the ground, writhing in agony. As the pot's light spread throughout the room, it broke the enchanted chains that bound Turuchi, restoring his powers. The boy stood, his strength renewed, and watched as Adana, now powerless and broken, sobbed on the floor. The light had not killed her, but it had stripped her of her dark magic, leaving her a mere shadow of the sorceress she had once been. The pot of light floated back to Turuchi's side, its glow gentle and reassuring. It had saved him, just as he had refused to let it fall into the wrong hands. Turuchi returned to the village, where the people welcomed him with open arms, grateful that the sorceress was no longer a threat. He continued to use his gift for the good of others, healing the sick, guiding the lost, and sharing the wisdom of the light. But the pot of light, having fulfilled its purpose, returned to the earth, vanishing beneath the soil once more. It had chosen Turuchi for a time, but its power was never meant to stay with one person forever. As for Adana, she wandered the village, now a frail old woman, humbled by the light's mercy. She lived out her days in quiet repentance, a reminder to all that power is not something to be taken, but something to be used with humility and grace. And so, the legend of Turuchi and the pot of light lived on, passed down through the generations, a tale of wisdom, humility, and the power of light to overcome even the darkest of hearts.